Bootcamp too crispy, goddamn.
He'll get next to you. Oh, he's a player. This is what he'll do. He's a player. He'll get next to you. Oh, he's a player. This is what he'll do. He's a player.
We run this shit that's on I. Niggas gangster to somebody die. I'm really the plug, but I'm be the man in the middle if I ever go dry. See, I'm just a player of P. Gambling, I got a degree, get you hit for a fee. Really, they do it for free, but I gotta make sure they eat. Won't speak on the beef, I'm trying to find where they be. Put switches on somebody's street, but that really ain't me. I just ain't no hoe. Do it slow so I can do it some more. I want 5 for the features and 10 for the show when I'm still serving. I'm just a dope. Them Joes down the road say I give them hope. They done fucked up, let the players in the dough. We run the city. Bitch, we get litty. Chopper with titties. Cause bitch, we from Memphis. Dressing and dripping. Bitch, we the richest. We got the bitches. They love it pimping. We run the city. Bitch, we get litty. Chopper with titties. Cause bitch, we from Memphis. Dressing and dripping. Bitch, we the richest. We got the bitches. They love it pimping.
Cuban, Percocets got me drooling. All you talk about is guns in your rhymes. Never heard that you used it. Prove it. Nigga, you know I approve it. I'm a real street nigga, but I went and made $1 million off of music. They cap, they act. These niggas ain't in my bracket. The feds, they watch it, but they do not stop me from packing. She bad, I want her, I got her, I hit her, she love me, I figure. Call her Uber, come and get her. My jewelry, jacuzzi, codeine in a smoothie. Groupies, I fell in love with a groupie. Put that bitch out in the middle of the night. Pop me a perk and I hopped on a flight. Fuck on your wife, this is everyday life. I'm by my cake like Ike.
We run the city. Bitch, we get litty. Chopper with titties. Cause bitch, we from Memphis. Dressing and dripping. Bitch, we the richest. We got the bitches. They love it pimping. We run the city. Bitch, we get litty. Chopper with titties. Cause bitch, we from Memphis. Dressing and dripping. Bitch, we the richest. We got the bitches. They love it pimping.
Niggas say why you fucking with PG? Niggas say why you fucking with PG?
They got broski their hand thing blaster.
Sensei. Aye. Gang.
Hey, Pop, E to the AGB, trust me, that's an active pattern. I ain't slapped it one time, I kept on slapping. Go ask what happened.
Man, catching a 6-feet man. Roll up guns, I'm a Mindy man. Keep my son, try to take man's future. Run and play caps and keep me back.
It's lit. He got hit by the whip back, flipped and dick like chips. And he breath the beef like burger. Bro, don't fry them a purge, I fried that fish. My Aki was salty, missed that trip to the 5th M. He's got kebab like shish. Fuck your advice, I need hollow tips. Invest in sticks for street politics.
Us man are steppers, them man are not. They're not, cause we glide on ops. Roll up, try and turn man into pot. Us and the young G's leave red on their block. Man's active, the other side ain't that. I want smart till the next one drops. Whenever I'm talking that straight facts, I'm from the bricks, I'm watching my block.
Innocent till proven guilty. If you're talking about dirt, I'm filthy. None of them boys ain't touch me, punks. I know deep down they feel me. For many reasons they hate me. I know deep down they rate me. Up blocks on trick mode, hate it. Put my life on the line for AG.
Double tap, then double bet. Ops get popped like bubble wrap. Mix up the food, man, double that. I like money and guns and bubble bet. I can't wait till gang got another. Can't wait till gang got another. Can't wait for no tech, had to hit the trap. And that girl's a hoe, how you huddle that?
You're best in shit, we slap out wigs. And that's the reason that your man to shit. Can't say that, catch my gist. And that's the reason we're harassed by pigs. Fuck the star sign, he deep throat dick. Call her chronos cause she ate my kids. We taped off first and taped on 5th. Bare drenched up blazing empty clips.
Go double tap that gently, I fame them up right and glee. I heard the mutes don't like me, vice versa, I don't like them needs.
Blow up the dingle with diesel. But it's petrol, man, bathing. They rap about all of these bootings, but none of their guns is blasted. HRB to the AGB, trust me, that's an active pattern. I ain't slapped it one time, I kept on slapping.
active, fam. Them man bang on Snap and Gram. This ain't weed, I'm bagging grams, but still I get my packs and damn, and we're the ones that gang. Shooting shit up back to back, little bro, untrap them, pack your bags. Cling from razors, plastic bags.
We run the city, bitch, we get litty. Chopper with titties, cause bitch, we from Memphis. Dressing and dripping, bitch, we the richest. We got the bitches, they love it pimpin'. We run the city, bitch, we get litty. Chopper with titties, cause bitch, we from Memphis. Dressing and dripping, bitch, we the richest. We got the bitches, they love it pimpin'.
Cuban, Percocets got me drooling. All you talk about is guns in your rhymes, never heard that you used it. Prove it, nigga, you know I approve it. I'm a real street nigga, but I went and made $1 million off of music. They cap, they act, these niggas ain't in my bracket. The feds, they watchin', but they do not stop me from packing. She bad, I want her, I got her, I hit her, she love me, I figure. Call her Uber, come and get her. My jewelry, jacuzzi, codeine in a smoothie. Groupies, I fell in love with a groupie. Put that bitch out in the middle of the night. Pop me a perk and I hopped on a flight. Fuck on your wife, this is everyday life. I'm by my cake like Ike.
We run the city, bitch, we get litty. Chopper with titties, cause bitch, we from Memphis. Dressing and dripping, bitch, we the richest. We got the bitches, they love it pimpin'. We run the city, bitch, we get litty. Chopper with titties, cause bitch, we from Memphis. Dressing and dripping, bitch, we the richest. We got the bitches, they love it pimpin'.
Can you guys hear me now? Okay, boom. Drop a 1 if you guys can hear me now. You guys should be able to hear me now. I don't know why my mic wasn't connected. But once I see some 1s coming in, family, I'm going to go ahead and get right into it. Right, so drop some 1s if you guys can hear me. All right, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, so in terms of everything, family, like I said, we're going to go ahead and get it started. So for those of you that are tuning into the recording, obviously you guys are going to be watching it afterwards, but hopefully this spots will still be available. So essentially what we're going to be doing, starting on today's Monday, I was going to start it on Friday, right? But I was going to get everything basically prepared this up and coming week in terms of just kind of like the curriculum and just what we're going to go over. But in terms of just this boot camp, right, I've ran a couple boot camps in the past, and we've had a lot of success when it comes down to just being able to get people results as well as breakdowns and breakthroughs, not just on trading, but entrepreneurship as a whole, psychology, mindset. So the whole purpose of this call is going to be to really inform people on what's to be coming. So for those of you that are obviously on the call right now live, what you guys have to understand is with this boot camp, right, it's completely optional. So for you guys on this call, you guys can choose to be a part of it if you guys want. I'm just going to be maxing it out probably at about like 50, 60 people. I normally cap it at around 40, 50 people, and then like people just keep flooding in. But this time I'm going to lock the group at about 50 to 60 people. So once it's full, I'm going to lock it. But essentially, the only requirements that you're going to need in order to really participate in the bootcamp is just to simply show up, right? That's the only thing you're really going to need to provide in terms of an investment. You're going to need to invest some time because we're going to be going through some lessons. We're going to be going through some teachings that you guys are going to be able to ideally apply to the markets afterwards. But the important thing about being able to kind of have this boot camp is if those of you that have been trading for a while have struggled to maybe get funding, right, through one of these funding platforms, or just maybe even struggle to withdraw on your own live account consistently, the whole purpose is going to be able to help you at least obtain a step that's going to put you in the direction towards obtaining one of those goals. Okay, so with funding, if your main goal is funding, understand we're going to be able to dig down and to just ideally how to risk manage on a funding account. That's probably one of the biggest things, how to not breach that daily or that overall max limit, that drawdown that a lot of people seem to struggle with. But then also how to be able to do it within the timeline. I feel like one of the biggest struggles I see with people is the 30 days. I've never actually encountered a challenge where I've taken longer than 30 days, but I know a lot of people that really are just, they're not as confident. So when you're not as confident, you're going to sit there and you're not going to take as many trades. And to make 8% is not really that hard, but when you're risking way too little on the right trades that you should be risking, you know, maybe 1%, 2%, and then you over leverage on the losers, that's what then gets us into that place where we're in drawdown, right? So a lot of people typically experience just that inability to be able to progress and gain on their funding account within that 30 days. But then the other biggest issue is just simply risk management. So those are going to be things that we go down in depth, right? So for those of you that want to participate in the bootcamp, like I said, all we have to do in terms of making this something that you guys can get access to that specific bootcamp chat, like I said, nothing's really going to change outside of that. I'm just going to be running basically additional calls for the bootcamp. But for you to participate in the bootcamp, all I'm going to need for you to do is to plug in at least 5 people into the big Telegram chat, right, that I have. So basically, what I want you guys to do is just get this chat to at least like 400 people, right? We're almost at 400 in the chat. But basically, I'm going to drop the link in the YouTube. And what I want you guys to do is send this link out to 5 to 6 people, right? Even more if you guys want. Just individuals that you know that maybe don't have the money right now to pay for mentorship, or maybe just individuals that have the money, but you know they're not getting the results where they're at right now. So plug them into maybe my calls this week is going to be something that gives them a different perspective in the markets. Okay, so for those of you that want to participate in this, that's all you're going to have to do. You're just going to have to send the link to 5 people and then just show me a screenshot of that, and then you guys can get in. Because understand, this is going to be a little bit different than the traditional boot camps, because essentially what I'm going to go ahead and do is out of everybody that participates in the boot camp, like I said, I don't care if you're a part of this team, that team, it doesn't really matter. It's free, right? But if you're somebody who's not plugged into any type of mentorship and you wanted to get locked in, right? The people that are not plugged into any type of academy or any type of mentorship right now, those are going to be the people who are going to be able to take advantage of plugging in afterwards. Because basically what I'm doing when like moving into August and September, I'm going to be looking to lock in with a couple people specifically to just get them results, not only on the charts, but just put them in a position where they're going to be winning across the field. Okay, so for a lot of people here, like I said, the reason why you're not winning in terms of business, in terms of trading, is not necessarily because you don't understand what to do. It's because you're not helping nobody, right? If you guys have read any of the books by any of the greats in terms of just finances, people who have actually created real financial wealth or just real success in whatever field that they were pursuing, you have to really put into consideration the greats like Napoleon Hill, right? Andrew Carnegie, Dale Carnegie, all of these individuals who have pieces of information out there. It's like if you haven't been able to consume just certain things, you're at an extreme disadvantage versus people who have. Like Kevin Trudeau, for example. A lot of people don't go through your wishes, your command. And it's like the people that are like, I've gone through your wishes, your command, I can tell you have a low teachability index because just because you've gone through it once, twice. I've listened to these audios hundreds of times at this point, and I still learn new things when I go through them. So what you have to put into perspective is you're never really as good as you think. And the moment that you think that you're the best, that's when you stop putting yourself in the position to learn. So you always have to be a student. So what I'm going to be doing is teaching you guys literally the formula that I utilize to be able to help create myself just some significant income to be able to live off of, right? I haven't had to clock into a job since I was 17, okay? So for a lot of you guys have been working for the last 10, 15, 20 years, right? I'm only 22. I'm about to be 23, and you have to understand, I've done over 7 figures in sales and online sales. I've made multiple 6 figures through various forms of investments, whether it's Forex, NFTs, crypto, just really anything that you can trade in terms of a market, right? I made just a lot of networks that the networks that you make in this industry is gonna just literally shit on any type of money you can make, because it's not about necessarily what you know, it's about who you know. If you can know the right people, it's gonna put you in the right positions to be able to win, right? So think about who you're aligned with right now. Are you aligned with top traders? If you want to be a top trader, think about how many people that you talk to every day that live off of trading, because you're not gonna be too far ahead of the people that you surround yourself with most of the time. So what you really have to identify is what goal that you want to pursue, and it's the goal that you want to pursue align with the people that you're around right now. Because like I said, there's a lot of people that just like to waste time. Like I said, people hop on this call and it's like they're still not gonna apply information. Like if I was just sitting here calling out trades, it's like it doesn't matter if I call out a signal and boom, you make a little bit of money, because you're not gonna keep the money. It's not about what you make, it's about what you keep. And a lot of you guys are just not in the position where you're withdrawing consistently. You might make a decent amount, but you're not paying yourself. So what ends up happening? You get into a redundant cycle where you make, and then you blow it all, and then you have to deposit, make, you never deposit, or you never withdraw, you never pay yourself, and then you stay in that cycle. Okay, so what I'm going to be doing, like I said, is teaching you guys steps that's going to get you out of the situation that you're in right now. Because if you're struggling financially, it's not because of anything other than the position and the decisions and the actions that you've taken as an individual. You put yourself in the position that you're in right now. Take the responsibility to get yourself out. Okay, so like I said, in this chat, I'm going to be making this new chat, but make sure that you guys are in this HR mentorship chat, this big chat, to ensure that you guys are going to stay tuned with details, because I'm going to be dropping the link in there. And like I said, the first 50 people that join, it's like it's going to be locked out after that. So you guys will be the first ones to be able to get access to this if you guys lock in as soon as possible, like I said. But in terms of that, just really in terms of call schedule this week, right, we're going to be on a regular call schedule for trading Tuesday to Thursday. We're going to be live at 10 a.m. Eastern, right? And that's going to be kind of like pre-boot camp. But then Friday, like I said, is where we're going to get into the boot camp type of details. And like I said, this is going to range from very basics to certain things for you, depending on what your level is, to it might actually be something that you're going to be able to learn from. But nonetheless, like I said, if you're too big for the little things, you're going to be too little for the big things. So stop thinking that you know shit. If you know something, it shows up in your life. If you know how to trade, it shows up in your life. If you know how to be disciplined, it shows up in your life. So stop saying you know things when your results are the complete contrary, the complete 360 of what it is that you're affirming, because you're just being delusional at this point. I get you want to affirm the positive reality, but then the thing is, if you want to think the right thoughts, you have to act right. You can't sit here and think, oh my gosh, I'm going to be a millionaire, and then you look at your bank account and it's like, fuck, like, motherfucker, you're broke. So thinking is not going to make you feel better, but you know what's going to make you feel better? You getting up and getting off your ass and getting a job. You going out and figuring out how you can make an extra stream of income, right? Maybe getting another job or doing something. Like, you have to stop being problem-oriented and start being solution-oriented, because a lot of you guys are staying stuck because of that. So like I said, in terms of this, if you guys want to participate in the bootcamp, like I said, send out this link to the HR mentorship, the big chat, to 5 people, right? If we don't get the chat to at least 380 today, I'm not even going to run the bootcamp. So this is an incentive. If you guys don't want to invite people and you guys don't want to put no one on, that's cool. Then it's fine. Then this is just a waste of a call, and we're not going to run the bootcamp. But if there's not at least 380 people, so you guys literally just have to invite 14 people. There's 10 of you on the call. There's going to be at least 20, 30 of you guys that watch the recording after the fact. So now what we have to put into perspective is who's going to take action, right? Because if you take action, all right, cool. Then we're going to get this shit cracking. But if not, like I said, this is going to be something where it would have just been a waste. So to me, like I said, if we don't get at least 380 in the chat, then I'm not even going to run the bootcamp. So it's up to you guys to decide whether or not you're just going to take action. right? And if you guys want to participate, like I said, all you guys are doing is blessing yourself in terms of the universe, right? Listen to The Strangest Secret by Earl Nightingale and ask yourself, what service and value are you rendering to your community? And ask yourself, it's like, in your community right now, it's like, if you're not providing any service or value, it's like, why would anybody just take what you're doing seriously? Like, nobody's going to take you seriously if you're doing what everyone else is doing. So this is really what we have to identify, all right? So in terms of this, family, if you guys don't have no questions, comments, or concerns, like I said, we're going to go ahead and get things cracking tomorrow. Like I said, in terms of the charts, it's like we're going to be going through a lot in terms of the charts tomorrow. Today, like I said, was just to give you guys a little bit of information, a little bit of breakdown. But in terms of that, like I said, I'm going to drop more details in the chat link that I just dropped. So as long as you guys pay attention to that, you guys will stay up to date. But in terms of that, like I said, we're going to be live tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern, family. So I'm going to catch you guys on the flip. Peace.